Mexico had an earthquake, 6.5. Pretty big one. It's a very dangerous area to have an earthquake. I think that's almost like a indicator. I've noticed something about earthquakes. If anyone did their homework on earthquakes, where it happens, follow up on that region and how that region is doing, you're going to notice overlaps. You're going to notice that these earthquakes are not happening. They're not just random. They have meaning. You really do. You know, it's really an eye-opener to find out where earthquakes are, where they're happening. They end up being areas of issues for the world. It's a really interesting overlap, parallel, but a true one at that. Storms are the same way. Now, we're not talking about mankind causing earthquakes, but where earthquakes have happened, they've had an impact on how we live our lives here on Earth. They have an impact on faith. They deal with, once you look into the areas that have been affected by earthquakes, you begin to find some pretty interesting points of interest concerning Christianity, concerning decisions that lead to various policies in the handling of things that affect us all. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in, things that are simply circumstantial. If you look closely, you'll find that all things have some type of meaning. Not that you should make a meaning out of everything, but be observant. Just be observant. Often, the Lord speaks to us that way. I call them road signs. Like if you're trying to go out your front door, and as soon as you try to put your jacket on, it gets stuck on a hook. Then something else won't work right. You're delayed. And you lost something. You can't find it. You get frustrated and you're hunting. At first, you think it's the devil messing with you, right? But if you go back and look at the news or read blotter reports and accident reports, you find some very interesting things. Almost always. Not sometimes. Almost always. Those road signs, when they happen in our lives, is your Father speaking in a very specific way.
Why did Chynel Jones wait 3 days to announce her grandmother's passing? She made 3 stunning decisions to fulfill her grandmother's final wishes. First, she paid a public tribute to share her grandmother's legendary life. Instead of dwelling on her grandmother's death and her own grief, Chynel described her grandmother as her closest confidant and lifelong pillar of support. She hoped everyone could feel the love and strength her grandmother represented, aspiring to let her own life and actions set an example for future generations. Second, she committed to advancing her grandmother's legacy in education and philanthropy. Her grandmother was the first black woman elected to the Board of Education, devoting her entire life to improving the education system and bettering community conditions. Chynel regularly takes part in charitable initiatives and children's educational programs, where she shares her life wisdom. Last but not least, she set out to carry forward her grandmother's spirit of music and art. The RISE Choir, founded by her grandmother, still performs on the international stage to this day. Though Chynel did not pursue a career as a music educator, she promotes related programs via social media and expresses deep respect for culture, art, and creative expression through her TV appearances, ensuring that her grandmother's lifelong dedication to education and the arts continues to inspire others.
America just lost a Broadway voice and a beloved family creator. Brett Hannah Shuford has passed away at 46. Brett Hannah Shuford wasn't just a Broadway performer. He represented something deeply American: passion, family, and resilience. Millions followed his life online, not for fame, but for the real moments, raising a young son, sharing life with his husband, and showing what love and family look like in modern America. What made his story powerful wasn't the spotlight. It was his honesty, even while quietly battling cancer. Viewers didn't just watch him, they saw themselves in him, as parents, partners, and everyday Americans, and that's why his story doesn't end here. Because real legacies don't disappear, they live on. Stories like this remind America why family, courage, and authenticity still matter, now more than ever. America, what part of Brett's journey touched you the most? His family, his honesty, or his strength?